Welcome to our International Affairs series. I am Ritu Sharma, welcoming you on behalf of Ensemble on Issues and Analysis series. We have the privilege to have our chief mentor, Siddharth sir, a geostrategic thinker who will enlighten us on our topic in India's external securities and challenges. As we know, India is facing a lot of challenges on many fronts. One of the greatest challenges happens to be associated with its external security. What is the meaning of external security and what are the challenges India is facing?
External security refers to any threat that a country, a nation, a state or a nation state perceives to its identity, its economy as well, and the components of its economy, particularly associated with the stability of its borders and its population, and in particular the field of the people, their mental and physical health, as well as the social, technological and the industrial infrastructure. Now this means that it's the political unit that is under threat. This means it is the community bonding among the people which is called as a nation is under threat. This means it is the technology and the technological capability that is under threat. It means also that the way people go on to perceive whether they are increasing their population or not, that is under threat. It also means that the borders are under threat and the type of warfare, symmetrical or asymmetrical, that is being fought at the border, that is under threat. Now this threat can be perceived, which has not been negated. That means a threat that is perceived and the government hasn't done anything to negate this threat, or this threat can be real as well. A threat that is real, whose solution doesn't seem to be materializing. A country is almost always in any state of threat to its external security. No country is absolutely safe in this case, and it is perennially in a process of negating these threats through diplomacy. Now this diplomacy can go on to be track 1 diplomacy, track 2 diplomacy, track 3 diplomacy, alliances which can be something like a TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, which can be something like a Quad, and some of these type of geostrategies that a country may go on to follow. That is a geostrategic policy it may go on to follow.
That's grave. Beside these soft instances which have deeper ramifications, what are the other challenges?
The threat that India faces externally comprises of soft threats that affects 1. the mindset of the people, such as the colonial mindset and being unaware of the loss of its own identity.
What is meant by mindset and how can mindset be a problem?
Yes, indeed. The mindset is a problem because the health of the people, the psyche of the people, the mental and the physical makeup of the people, particularly the mental health of the people in this case is significant. Why? Because if the psyche of the people happens to be under the control of any power, then the country can go to sabotage the economy, can go to sabotage the social fabric of the country, as well as the concept and feeling of being a nation as well. There are threats to country's economy other than the mental health, like the gradual sabotage by eating into the market and also with the help of currency counterfeits as well. That is flooding the country's economy with counterfeit currencies.
Was this the reason that India started WhatsApp campaign a while ago against Chinese goods?
Yes, the fourth problem is associated with cybersecurity. This means that the susceptibility of the country towards cyber attacks, cyber warfare, warfare information manipulation and electronic warfare, everything is going to be included as part of it. Cyber attacks can go on to be instilling into the computers a variety of type of viruses which can go to cripple down any type of a system. Maybe it can go on to affect the parallel processing system, segmented processing systems, and in any case going to be linked all to the network system and of the World Wide Web. So that is going to be a major factor, and if that is going to be crippled, then any country is going to be under real threat of sorts.
Can you cite an example by which any country did try to control the cyber security?
Yes, one of these days, a couple of years back, on which there was a total blackout in the country. Almost 24 states were affected by that. And this was such type of a blackout in which the grid system of the country went on to fail. At the same time, India really faces some challenges on its external front, some of which are on its border, both maritime as well as continental, its territories and through some military actions and plan. These challenges going to include, one of them is existence of the opening of a two-war front. That means with respect to India, this two-war front concept is going to be both China as well as Pakistan. If India safeguards itself well against the nefarious designs of Pakistan to thwart and to crush the destabilizing threats of terrorism emanating from that region, then India is bound to face some type of a problem from Chinese. That's a speculation, and that is maybe a part of a geostrategy as well. The second is the nuclear threat, which is emanating from both of its neighbors. India happens to be the only country in the whole of the world that is facing two nuclear armed states, and both of these states have a completely different type of a nefarious design.
Despite all the rhetoric of Pakistan, what are the chances that China and Pakistan can join hands together?
Yes, they are together. This togetherness is visible in China-Pakistan networking. This is manifested in CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, and the Chinese petition stance against terrorism against India. So most of these threats are going to be against India, and China may be saying that it is going to be for its economic interest, but understand it, the CPEC passes all the way from Kashgar to Gwadar, passing through some of the most disputed territories of the world, particularly of India, and these are the flashpoints for any type of a war. In case if the Chinese really go on to build the type of a network that they are willing to build it, that is going to be a grave security threat to India. Fourth is the threat to Arunachal Pradesh and Siliguri corridor. It was essentially for the purpose of trying to control Siliguri corridor that the Chinese went on to make advances towards Doklam. And in Doklam, it has been an issue of sorts. The Doklam issue was essentially meant for trying to control the Siliguri corridor in one or the other way. The fifth has been the maritime threats in the Indian Ocean. India in reality is actually facing a major threat in Indian Ocean, because Indian Ocean is just beginning to become a blue water navy, and it hasn't got any means and mechanism by way of which it can go on to mitigate the effects of the Chinese and emerging Chinese blue water navy strategy. Of course, United States has always been a blue water navy, but the recent resurgence of China with its frigates, with its destroyers, with its submarines, and the aircraft carrier and the formations in which they are going to move, and the designs of the Chinese essentially to control some of the territories like that of Sitwe, it can go to be Hambantota, Gwadar, all of them is indeed a major security threat that India is facing. India in reality faces all of these type of threats. Actual threats faced by India is in so many dimensions, in so many diversities that India is really facing a challenge. So it has its hands full in facing the threat that is going to be on the psychological front, that is going to be on the real front. It is going to be with respect to its economy as well, and India is also one of those countries that faces an insanely jealous country in the form of Pakistan, another of this country that is lusting for power and territory to keep its people expand its market. Now, unless India really goes on to take care of it, India will go on to be really served by the Chinese as well as the Pakistani joining hands together. It has to be an effort made both on the diplomatic front as well as on other fronts as well.
It was an enlightening discussion in which the entire issue was simplified to a large extent. I, on behalf of entire crew and the ensemble team, thank you, sir. Thank you, audience, for watching us. We'll be back soon with another episodes of Issues and Analysis. I hope you like this session. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.